Manjolai Tea Estate was in the news last year as well. The tea trading company that had taken the land on lease for about 100 years, that is getting over in 2028. So these families had lived there for generations, working in the tea plantations, and they were fighting with the court to ensure their rights to the land, and somehow they can continue living there, and also they can the state can take over the tea estates and provide them employment. They had such expectations, but the government wanted to make it as a reserve forest because it's also in an ecologically sensitive area. So the court ruled in favor of the government's decision. So the lease is getting over by 2028. When this exercise began, they submitted their enumeration forms. In fact, majority of them, as our reporters have verified. But the government took a stance that you are not an ordinary resident as per the definitions of the ECA. You don't live here continuously for a certain number of months. So therefore, you cannot be enrolled in this particular booth. We cannot get into those claims, but I'm also told from our reporters that some political parties assumed that these people were likely to support one particular party, and therefore the other parties were actively campaigning with the officials to get them out of the electoral rolls. And officials were also under pressure. Like, if I enroll them, and if somebody claims that they are not residing there, then they may get into trouble. So they thought they can get it out. They don't have any valid identification documents elsewhere. So, but they are citizens of India. So what is going to happen to these people, right? So if you had given some time for the process, they may have got some identification documents in another place and got enrolled there, or officials would have had some time to deliberate on this, maybe take it up with senior officials, maybe get some clarification from ECA also to treat this as special cases. So we noticed the same thing in 1 or 2 booths in Bhuvanagiri, near where Neyveli Lignite Corporation is located. NLC has taken up the land because it belonged to them, but some people were living there for decades. Now they have been asked to vacate. They have vacated there, but they've been voting in that particular booth until the last elections, a good number of them. Now the system doesn't know. The BLO says that they're not here, or they're not permanently here, I have removed. But that BLO, it's not his or her responsibility to check where have they gone. The DU also doesn't know, the district level officer, the ERO, the constituency level officer also, they are not here, I'm removing it. And who takes responsibility for these people? Who is identifying where they have gone? Who is helping them to enroll somewhere in the system? Those are the questions we wanted.